at Down Home Money. Today, I'm going to show you one of my past clients and what they're doing with their duplex. Come with me. Come on. Hey guys.
Hey.
Oh, so good to see you.
Hi, Rick.
Oh my goodness, you guys, this is a treat for me today because these are past clients of mine who I sold this property, this duplex to, in 2007. And so I want you guys to tell your story because you guys have a great story. And you know, we teach at Down Home Money people to buy a rental property and build passive income for later in life. And so it's so important. And so I want to share y'all's story because they bought this duplex 2007. What did you pay, parents?
$244 with $5K back from the seller, so it was about $239.
What have you been renting this property for?
We have, so it's a duplex, so each side is rented for between $11 and then $12.50 over the years that we've had.
We've kept good renters in both properties, so we haven't increased the rent, but
yeah,
that's one of our strategies. If you have people you trust, you get the right people in. You know, right across the street, the same exact unit is renting for about $400 more a month.
wow.
But we've had these tenants in for so long, and we've trusted them, they've trusted us, we've taken care of each other, so you keep the rent a little bit lower, so everybody wins. It's a win-win
So
situation.
you're probably going to get an increase since somebody moved out of this side, right?
Yep. That's another added benefit. Is there's
Yeah.
a nice hefty increase, and so that's more income coming in.
So let's talk about how many years. So you've been making, let's say on the average, $2,000, $2,200 a month for both these sides, and been doing it for 15 years.
15 years? Yeah. Yep.
That adds up. Well, let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna give a little hillbilly math here. So 15 years of 22. Let's see. That's 22,000 plus another 44. That's 26,000 a year.
26,000
right?
a year,
About
yep.
26,000 a year. 15 years.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
You've gotten all your money back.
All the money back, plus this area, it's a great area. And when you're farming for real estate or farming for investments, looking for real stable areas. So Texas Women's College, University of North Texas here. We got Peterbilt right across the street. Great companies, great corporations, an area for growth, and a good, strong middle class community. That's why we wanted to invest here. You know, when
Yeah,
you
they're
get
from
more-
California. I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
I know everybody's moving to Texas from California.
Good
They're
one.
not moving, but they are sure investing in Texas.
Yeah,
So
Texas is a great place to invest in, but I'll say because of that, we've had appreciation of the unit. So not only do we have that passive income coming in, which is great for the cash flow, it's great for business write-offs as well.
Right.
It's great for nice little trips out here because we like Texas, but the units increased about 120,000 over that time.
every
as
bit
well.
of it. I was going to tell you, I did comps for you last night.
Yep.
390 to 425.
Yeah.
390,000 to 425 is what he can get.
That's real
These
money.
guys can get right now if they want to sell this unit. Now, I haven't talked them into that yet, but we're gonna talk.
Well, she's gotten us into 6 doors. When we first met back in 2006, 2007, we
Can you
opened it.
believe
2005,
15 years?
was it? That's what first.
Yeah, it's 2005 or 6, right?
2000.
Tell your story. Tell why you decided to do this for financial freedom.
So we met in college, running track and field cross country, and we had the benefit of actually traveling a little bit with our running intercollegiately. And so we started looking at these different communities. We got married in 02 and bought our first house in grad school in 04. And it appreciated so quickly, we hit the market perfectly, took that equity out, 1031 exchanged it and brought it out to Texas. That's where we met, Rick and Myra, met Denton. It's because we actually ran out here. And so it was one of the communities that we competed in intercollegiately, and we said, hey, let's farm that area. Let's look at what the cap rates are. Let's look at what the rental income is. Let's look at, the stability of the marketplace. And Texas was a lot better than some of the other areas we looked at. So we flew on out, and we just randomly said, hey, we have money in 1031 exchange. We need to buy some investment property. Went to one real estate agent, and they kind of looked down upon us because
That's when we're young. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
How old are you? They're still young. 28.
Well,
Weren't
she
you like
looked
27?
about 18.
15. And you were 18.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, we were in our mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And we came out with some California money, which some folks do in
We
different
love
states. And the first real estate company just kind of brushed us off, just didn't want the business. So we closed the door. If someone doesn't want to do business with us, we're not going to force the issue. And went to the Chamber of Commerce down in Denton. They made the referral over to Lane Real Estate and said, hey, good people here, ethical people. So we went down, knocked on the door and said, help us buy some units.
And I said, thank you. I want to apply for the job.
Yeah. And she won. Won us over, spent a couple hours with us. And that's something, just kind of a life thing beyond, financial independence is where do you invest your time and energy? And, Myra and Rick, even to today, they invest their energy into people, and we appreciate that. That's what's good about them. That's when you're financially independent, you can really invest in others with your heart, right? And we can tell that. So we're like, hey, where can you find us some units? We trusted them, and it's worked out so far. I mean, there's some gray seasons, some black seasons with tenants in terms of, you're going to have some struggles. There's going to be some stress and anxiety, some frustrations. But if you can weather that storm, it's all about the long haul. And the long haul is that golden goose in your 40s and 50s when you can live the back half of your life financially free.
Yeah.
So
it's incredible. Well, I love how y'all work together. I mean, like Alicia's in here cleaning. She said she's cleaned that bathroom better than her home bathroom. I said, girl, I get it. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, she does plumbing, electrical, anything. So
Paint, obviously.
You're a very good painter, by the way.
I get it all over myself.
I do too. I can't just hit the wall. I've got to look like I painted.
You gotta get the grades.
Yes,
covered.
exactly. I love it.
15 years into our investing experience, and we still have paint under our nails. We have dirt
Yes.
under our nails. We're still going to clean it. We're still going to do it, and we love it. We're passionate about it. We want a good product in this, and whatever else we invest in. When we're investing in the stock market, wherever,
Yeah.
we want to put our heart into it, and that means you have to kind of live your business. You got to know your
Right.
business. No, if you give it over to somebody else, it's their wealth, their business. So you got to know what you invest in.
That is so right. I mean, when it comes to property management, I mean, we've all got war stories that we can tell. And it's so important that you get somebody you trust if you're not managing it. I strongly suggest if you just have 1 or 2 units, you need to manage it yourself. Only because of what you learned. Don't you agree? I mean, Rick and I learned everything from doing, and failing.
And failing.
A lot of failing, but that's how we learned. And then we also learned how to get bids for stuff because, just like you said, y'all saved a fortune by painting this yourself. You made a little trip out of it. You've gotten your kids involved. I love that your children, you're teaching them. And by the way, tell them what you did to your son.
Oh, my
About the
13-year-old's a
down home.
great reader. So I made him offer. I said I'd pay him if you read it. I said there's an incentive here. I want you to read this. It's good literature. It's good information. And I said, what would it cost? And so we negotiated back and forth, and he's making $17 to read it. He read it in 2 sittings in 2 days. So he's learning to be financially free at 13 years old.
I love that he read my book, and I gave him a quiz, you guys. He did read the book, okay? We wanted to make sure, because we didn't want to give him $17 if he didn't read the book, right?
Exactly.
And he did, so I was proud of him. But I think it's wonderful that you've got them involved.
Yeah, there's something else though. You brought up a good point about knowing your business, and it's hard to manage your own properties, right? It's easy to give 5 to 10% over to somebody else and just say, hey, blind, take care of it for me. I don't want the stress. Alicia is she's a lot tougher than I am, so she's dealt with the contractors out here and dealt with the tenants. But by managing herself, number one, we get the tax write-off. We got the tax incentive for
Yes.
that. We're running our own business, right?
Right.
But number two, she's learning it so well. When we do want to step away a little bit and bring someone else in, she knows what to see. She's gonna be able to police that employee for us.
Yes.
Right. So that
Right.
that intelligence, that gap in knowledge is huge if you just hand it right over to someone else to manage your
Right.
portfolio.
Absolutely. So what's y'all's next goal? I mean, where are you going? I mean, because you've been doing this now for 15 years, and we've got, 6 properties
Yeah.
total?
6 investment doors.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Well, first we gotta get the kids off. Then
Hey,
we
but
can-
the rentals are paying for that, I'm sure.
It is.
I don't know, they're pretty sharp. I think they're going to get scholarships, just FYI. So you may not have to worry about that.
I hope so. But we'd like to be able to travel, be able to not work,
Yes.
and use the passive income to go and see the world and
Yeah.
explore together.
Fun fact about these guys, when I met them, they told me their goal was to hit every single state.
Done.
And they've done it. Is that not the coolest? I think that's the coolest thing ever. And that's where I'm going next. Because
Yeah.
I got my motorhome and I'm
Yes,
heading off to
good.
go to the States. I got to get some good tips
Go
on
travel.
where to travel. Because I think that's so cool that they hit. How many years did it take y'all to hit the 50 states?
It was when Peyton was just born, so it was
2008, 2006 years.
6 years.
Took
we
6
hit
years.
Yeah, but we do it on the cheap as well because we want to just meet people. So we actually would fly out, rent a Geo Metro, have no plans, pull out a map, and just drive to a state and say, that looks like a really cool house. Let's knock on the door and tell them we're traveling around the country and we want to meet somebody.
I
and
love
people would
it.
invite us in the house, and we'd learn about America. We'd learn about our country, and
Isn't that cool?
just so many amazing people in this country. So much great, servant mentality.
Yes.
It was awesome to see. We were laughing about it with our boys because we're doing the same with them. We just
Yeah.
hit 2 more states on this trip.
Yeah, you're in Arkansas the other day. I was like, Arkansas? I thought you were in Texas.
Hunting for diamonds. We were digging for diamonds in the Diamond State Park, Crater of Diamond State Park.
I
So,
love that.
but that freedom to do that
Yeah.
comes with really working your butt off and minding your business. In terms of putting your energy and your attention into what you do. We love what we do for our earned income, though
Right.
we kind of maybe do it too much. But knowing us, we'd probably do it for free anyway.
Right.
So
And it's much different when it comes to you are just doing it for a passion project.
Yeah.
You really know that you're doing the right thing, right? You
Yeah.
get to wake up and do what you want to do, not because you have to, right?
You feel that flow,
Yeah.
like that vibration of just the flow
Yeah.
of, hey, this is what I was meant to be. And for us, it's, we're Christian. It's what Christ made you for.
Yeah.
What is your passion? What's your purpose?
Right.
And when you find that flow and you're helping people and doing the right thing within your skill set, that takes some financial freedom.
Yes, it does.
And I've always talked about functional retirement. Functional
Yeah.
retirement doesn't mean you stop working.
Right.
It means you don't have to.
That's exactly
You
right.
know?
That's exactly right. So I want y'all, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want y'all to each give a tip to somebody that's looking for rental properties, that is looking right now, planning on buying their first rental property, because you've done it. Now you're a pro. But I remember when you weren't a pro. And so let's say, what have you learned? And then share one tip, and we'll go with you first.
All right. Well, I would recommend buying somewhere where you can actually be.
Great tip.
Have eyes on the property, so then you're not paying someone else to watch out for what's going on at your rental. And if you're not, then make sure that you are good on the phone talking
Yeah.
to contractors
Yeah.
and I've been able to get some people someone was coming in, an electrician, who snapped a couple pictures and sent them to me. Like, can you just see what's going on in the house? So, I don't know if that's you might need to edit that one. Okay. But just having people that are trustworthy.
It's hard to find. I mean, honestly,
hard.
it's sad, right?
It is,
It
it
is
is.
sad, but what I've learned is I ask around.
Yeah, ask around, and then also once you find someone good, stick with that person and build a relationship with
Yes.
them, and that has gone a long way with us with keeping the same like carpet or cleaning
AC.
and AC
Yeah.
people, and being able to be like, oh, can you go check on another one of my properties, and having that it's been helpful to have those relationships.
Yeah, because it's not easy being in California and having your properties in Texas.
Although it's gotten easier.
Yes.
It's gotten easier.
But
Yes.
to that point, we had one of our handymen that we really trusted. When he'd come out, we'd have a meal, we'd break bread with them and his wife. When we were out here, he's retired, hasn't worked for us for a while, and he was texting our family saying, hey, here's some places you should visit while you're in town. Have you tried this restaurant? So this, when you don't shortchange people that work with you, when you
That's
give
right.
them what they're worth, but you also expect something out of them, so there's that symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
They're going to be lifelong partners outside of the work
Yes,
side,
that's
right?
the truth. Yeah.
I would say my big thing, and this is where we have a yin and yang in a relationship. I take a lot of risk. I have no problem with risk. I think it's fun. I don't mind losing everything. you know?
Rick's probably going, yeah, so does Myra.
Yeah, right.
I'm adding that
Yeah,
in.
right. You're right. When-
Reel it in.
We'd have about 50 units now if it was up to me. So,
I love it.
but also, there's drawback of taking too much risk. But
That's right.
human emotion, human drive often is about pleasure or fear, right? And what's going to push you into what decisions. And what I'd say is really listen to that fear, but don't let that run your life. So when you see an investment property, an opportunity that is on that verge of being too good to be true, well, really thoughtfully do your due diligence, but don't live in fear. Take a risk once in a while.
Yes.
It's okay to lose. It's okay
Yes.
to fail and stub your toe and get back up. When you really invest in and think about like farming, you want good soil, so finding the right communities, similar to like investing in companies, finding the right kind of atmosphere and environment, geography. Once you find that space, really go full bore and take that fear and put it on the shelf. Let it talk to you,
Yeah.
but don't let that kind of put you into that hindrance of inaction. Take action, do it. Bring along a good partner. If you're going to
Yes.
invest and you're married, make sure your marriage is strong. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can communicate and you can
And
paint
make sure
together.
they want to do this, right? I kind of drug Rick a little bit at the first, and then now he's a pro, right? But he wasn't really interested at first. But I think that sometimes you have to show, and then when we started making money and realizing, oh my goodness, this can get us where we want to go,
Yep.
then he was on board. Because he's more conservative and reserved in the way he thinks.
That's me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. And thank goodness I've got it. Listen, that wrist thing can eat us
Can
alive.
get us in trouble.
We need that other
But
apartment.
that yin and the yang, I mean, you think about it,
Yeah.
how much you guys have accomplished as a couple,
Yeah.
that now you're able to pay dividends with bringing other people to financial freedom.
Yes.
If
It's
you
nothing
hadn't
better.
taken that risk, but also the calculated risk with that conservative side falling the other
Yes,
side,
yeah.
then you couldn't help other people reach their goals
That's
and,
right.
and kind of self-actualize and do what they really are meant to
That's
be.
right.
So.
Well, thank you guys so much. And don't forget to give us a subscribe and a thumbs up because they're pretty special. They deserve a thumbs up. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, yes.
Give them a thumbs up just in case they don't get what that is. Thumbs up, you guys. And thank you. We'll see you next Tuesday. And remember, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. And are you investing in assets that throw you off a passive income? We'll see you next Tuesday.